Ian, Metroid Prime 4 was announced as being in development with a weird graphic Nintendo put out. So they usually don't do that stuff. Like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, 2017. I think they just want to let people know that it was coming, and
yeah, that they're working on it. But now it's hit a
we got an update.
Update. Robert Stacks
update. So Shinya Takahashi, the senior managing executive officer, said that the game hasn't reached the standards that publishers want.
And this is rare for Nintendo to say something like this.
Yeah, it is.
They're usually pretty tight-lipped about their first-party development.
And he goes on, although this is very regrettable, we must let you know that the current development progress has not reached the standards we seek in a sequel to the Metroid Prime series. Nintendo always strives for the highest quality in our games, and in our development phase, we challenge ourselves and confront whether or not the game is living up to the quality on a daily basis. From this standpoint, we have decided, etc., etc. What they've done is they've basically sacked the development team, and they're bringing Retro Studios back on board. Retro Studios...
wasn't it Bandai Namco that was working on it first?
I don't know.
I'll look it up. Okay.
I thought it was in-house. Anyway, so... You threw me off. So Retro Studios is taking the helm of it again. Retro Studios is probably most well known for being the team behind the original 3 Metroid Prime games. So while the delay here is unfortunate, and I'll get more to that in a second, it is nice to know that if they were having issues and they couldn't do it, at least Nintendo bucked up and admitted that and are giving it back to the original team. I think that's a very good sign. And the sad thing though about that is, for them to work their magic, they have to restart. They're essentially restarting the development entirely from scratch. So what was he saying? He said it will be a long road until the next time we'll be able to update you on the development progress, and development time will be extensive. However, we will continue developing the game so that when it is completed, it will stand shoulder to shoulder with the past Metroid Prime series. So, yeah, there's going to be, I think they said, I think we're just guessing, but I would guess about 2 years.
It was Bandai Namco that they gave it to. So they screwed the pooch.
Actually, I think Bandai Namco did Other M, and that was awful. I could be wrong. Anyway.
All right, so this is unprecedented for Nintendo to come out and say this. They entrusted their first-party title, a long series with someone who screwed up. I just don't know how it got this far,
Team Ninja,
where they work on it for a year and a half at least, that we know about. Might have been more than that. And then Nintendo looks at it and says, oh, this is garbage. This is just not... I just don't know how it got to that point where like either they thought it was going okay or they could be salvaged, and then they look at it and go, oh, wow, we have to start from scratch. Like, that's monumental.
I know some of the team members who worked on the original Metroid Prime games are.
I thought you were going to say original Metroid.
No, original Metroid Prime games are no longer with Retro, but I don't know. It seemed odd to me that they wouldn't approach them first for doing the 4th one. It's not like they just did the first one and then disappeared from there. They did all 3 of them. So Nintendo makes good stuff, but.
Well, this is the good news is that Nintendo being so transparent, people are taking this well.
Yes.
They're like, well, this is good. You care about quality. You're not just going to shit out some Metroid game that you don't think is up to your Nintendo standards, which are extremely high for obviously the first party titles.
Yeah.
Nintendo usually doesn't put out first party titles that are just shit upon totally. You know,
there's some, but yeah, not many.
It's rare.
Yeah.
Or it's something like Other M, where it's we don't like the story. You know, it's like, well, the game is still technically good.
And I looked that one up. That was Team Ninja. That was by the people who did Ninja Gaiden and Dead or Alive and all that.
They did Other M?
Yeah.
Okay. But see what I mean, though? It's not like a game that's either broken or clunky, though. But this just seems like this is so off the rails that if Nintendo has to make a public announcement, they could have even just... They didn't have to come out with a YouTube video. They could have just tweeted it or said something at E3. Say, oh, yeah, we went another direction. It's going to be delayed. The fact that they came out and said this publicly means that... to me, they're somewhat shaming the past development team in a way, even if they don't mention them by name and be like, yeah, they fucked up, and we're now ashamed that we made the bad decision to go with them. Like, that's to me what it is. They're trying to save face by making this.
Well, and I think that's exactly what it is. But even though the language used is not the most positive, by just coming out and saying entirely this is what's going on.
Yes.
Not just a little blurb like, oh, Metroid Prime Metroid Prime 4 was delayed. and delayed and delayed. Just come out and be like, it's fucking garbage. We got to restart this.
Because they delayed Breath of the Wild probably to come out with the Switch when it launches. But so that was because they pushed it back like a year. But people weren't like, they were like, okay, but this is something catastrophic to Nintendo, to me, because this is out of their hands at this point. So now what this means is that a game that you, in theory, might have seen
This year.
come out this year, sometime near the end of the year, you ain't going to see this game for a minimum 2 years.
Christmas 2020.
You think that's soon?
It's 2 years.
A little less than 2 years. I'll say 2021.
All right, that's fine.
I'll see, because I don't know what's going to go into this game. Starting from scratch though, with the dev time, but this is bad. I mean, it's good that they told us about this.
They probably got the story and all that out there.
You think they at least have the same story?
Yeah, they're probably hashing through that.
But the fact that they're going to say we're tossing it all out and starting from scratch.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I hope Bandai Namco didn't burn some sort of bridge here with Nintendo.
I don't think so.
All right. Okay.
I mean, they're behind Smash.
Okay. maybe that's what it was. Well, we trust you with that development. We'll give you this instead as well as a
They
bonus.
just had the scraps working on the Metroid Prime game.
Okay.